today, organized by Study Now in collaboration with Edge Hill. We have 5 people now on the call, so I think we'll just have a few minutes to wait for a few more people to join, and then we can kickstart the webinar. So please kindly bear with us, just a few people, and then we can start before I introduce our guests. So please give us, like 2 or 3 minutes tops. Thank you.
Thanks, Linda.
Okay, hi everyone. Just to let us know that we're going to start at 11:15. So just a few minutes more, 4 minutes more, and then we start. Thank you once again for your patience. Okay, so hi everyone. Thank you so much for your patience. My name is Linda here at Study Now, and I will be your host for today. We have representatives from Edge Hill University with us today who will be facilitating the details of our conversation. They're going to share very key and important details about Edge Hill University and particularly computer science, which is our main focus for today. So without much ado, I'm going to introduce Walid, who is going to take us through Edge Hill University details. And so please do stay connected and pay attention, have your questions noted down, and at any point you can drop it in the Q&A. And when it's time for question and answer, I will start that for us. So hi, Walid.
Hi, Linda. Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our session today. So I will try to be as brief as possible because the main star today is obviously Yanis, our professor in computer science, who will talk you through all the details about computer science. But just before we get into the computer science side of things, I just wanted to share just quickly my screen for those who are a bit unaware or never heard of Edge Hill before, just to let you know. Who we are, where we're located, and some other information that might be useful to you. So Edge Hill University is a single site campus, which means everything as part of your studies will be located within this single site, whether it's your buildings where you'll be studying, your accommodation, library, and so on. So all your facilities will be right here in this wonderful campus, so no need to commute from one place to another. Just some brief facts. We've been founded in 1885 as a teacher training college, moved to this site in 1930 in Ormskirk, and we are currently a UK top 35 university as ranked by the Guardian University Guide. And we have approximately 11,000 students on campus as well, just to give you an idea about our campus. Then if I had to give you like 3 facts on what makes us um, a really good university is first thing is outstanding campus and facilities, as you've seen from the picture before, whether it's our campus itself or all the facilities as part of your studies or outside your studies are usually at a high standard. And we have some ranking that backs up those claims as well. So top 3 in the UK for university facilities, second in the Northwest for learning resources, and so on. The second thing will be the student support, especially when it comes to international students, because we don't have a very large proportion of students, as you've seen from the numbers before. So our students tend to have kind of a personalized approach to their experience, and we are here to help them thrive and have the best experience. The third thing will be high quality teaching for great value. So top 15 in the UK for lectures and teaching quality, but also we've been award winner for offering the best value for money, which gives you kind of the best of both worlds. Now, in terms of entry requirements, we would require, so these are just some general guidelines, okay? This is very country specific. So depending on where you're from, you need to check the exact entry requirements depending on your country in our webpage. But just as a general guideline, we would require a senior secondary school certificate plus a something. It can be a foundation year, post-school certificate, 1 year at a university to get into our undergraduate course. Otherwise, we can admit you directly into our foundation year if you only have a senior secondary school certificate. Now, for postgraduate courses, we would require a minimum of a 2-2 bachelor degree from a recognized institution or recognized university, obviously. Now, in terms of the second leg of the requirements would be English requirements. So in terms of English requirement, there are 2 ways to prove it. It can either be done through a test or directly through your qualifications. If you're from an English-speaking country like, for example, Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, South Africa. So I invite you to check our website for the full list of qualification that we accept as a waiver. Just note that this qualification needs to be no older than 10 years to prove your English proficiency. Otherwise, you need to take a test, in this instance, an IELTS test. In terms of fees, they stand at £17,000 across all different levels, so foundation, undergraduate, and postgraduate, and for computer science courses as well. And you will receive an automatic £3,000 scholarship during your first year to help like finance your first year of studies, which will bring it down to £14,000 instead. In terms of accommodation, it's all on our campus with a range of between £3,600 and £6,300 for you to choose on your preferred accommodation. Well, I think that's it from me. Without further ado, I think I'll just stop sharing my screen really quick. Obviously, if you have any questions about any of the things that I just talked about or anything else, please let me know by the end of the session. I'll be happy to discuss them further, but I'll invite Yanis to talk to you about computer science and why it's great to do it at Edge Hill. Yanis?
Thanks, Walid. Thanks, Linda, for the introductions. I hope you can see my share screen now. I'm happy to talk today about our programs, our postgraduate programs at the Department of Computer Science. As Walid said, we are very proud of our building, of our campus. What you see in the opening slide is a view of our Tech Hub building, which is the building where the Computer Science Department is hosted. And we are sharing the third floor of this building, part of the third floor of this building with biology, but the majority of the building is for computer science. I will tell more about the facilities in the following slides. Today, I will talk to you, I said that already, about the facilities at Edge Hill University, about our research. I will try to summarize the postgraduate courses and the modules that we offer. Then I will talk a bit about some academic stuff that will be supporting you while you do your program here further than your module leaders. And I will finish this presentation with some career opportunities based on how our former students have progressed into their next step in their career. That's another view of our department. We are a top computer science department for student satisfaction in a number of surveys, and that's something we are very proud of because we really pay attention to supporting our students in the best way we can. Apart from teaching, though, we are a fast-growing research environment, and we are building up our reputation. Walid said that Edge Hill is an old institution, but is a new university. Same is true for the computer science department. It was established just over 10 years ago, and since then we have been making lots of progress, lots of steps in building our research and building our reputation around our research. There is continuous investment on staff, technology, tools and facilities to support both teaching and research. Now, at the moment, we are a team of 45 to 50 people, 25 plus academic staff, 3 administrators, 2 IT technicians that support us in our labs, and we have a dedicated employability and enterprise team that is responsible for our relations with companies, and they can also suggest placements for you. And in general, they put us in the local environment of businesses and organizations. We have a project lab, a research project lab with our researchers, postdoctoral fellows, and we've got a research space for our postgraduate researchers and GTAs, graduate teaching assistants. So, in a sense, the department is a mix, is an amalgamation of teaching space, practical space for seminars and practicals, and a research space, and hosts us as a community. In this slide, you can see a bit more about our facilities. The image on top is about our Harvard-style lecture theater, which is a top of the state-of-the-art lecture theater. It's quite big. It can host 160 students, but it doesn't look its size because, as you can see in the picture, the speaker can move at the center and there are no back seats. So it's only 4 rows of depth. And it's very nice for teaching. It creates a nice communication atmosphere between the tutor and the students. We also have a 4-screen cave computer augmented virtual environment, and that is a room with projectors projecting on the floor in front of you, on your right and on your left. And you are wearing 3D glasses, and in a sense, it's an immersive environment. So you are living in a 3D space when you are there. We've got a ZSpace workstation that connects to that remotely. And we've got a dedicated Connect space that is a room with equipment that has equipment like the list you see at the bottom of this slide, robots, Raspberries, Arduinos, HoloLens, 3D scanners, EEG, helmet for recording brain activity, lots of different equipment that you can use for your projects. It is used for our research as well, and by our PhD and MRes students, so students that do research. Our research targets is to carry on developing the department's culture, capacity, and international reputation for research. We want to engage, apart from generating new knowledge, in applied research, because we are very interested in the impact that our research has in the society around us. Here in Ormskirk, in more broad terms, in Lancashire and Merseyside, and in more broad terms in the Northwest, and maybe nationally and internationally as well. We have expertise on several research areas, such as augmented and virtual reality, disruptive technologies, complex systems, data analytics and visualization, and I'll say more about this in my next slide, which is about our research centers. Research centers are groups, are collectives of researchers, and they are spaces for collaboration for research projects around certain topics. We've got 2 of those in our department, the Research Center for Data and Complex Systems, that focuses on disruptive technologies and has research groups on IoT, on cloud computing, on big data analytics, on visualization. And we also have the Research Center for Visual Computing, which is a separate research center working on 3D graphics, visual computing, computer vision, augmented reality, and immersive technologies. So we have this kind of organization at research level that generates projects and research work. But even with this, within this organization, the hierarchical organization that I've shown you, we've got different levels. We've got academic level, postdoctoral researchers, PhD researchers, and they all have access to the facilities and our state-of-the-art software. We are an established community. I can say that now, after 10 or 12 years of hard work, an established community of PhD students that undertake research in different research areas in computer science. Our projects are, as I said, at national, local, and international level. We are involved in knowledge transfer partnerships in the local community, collaborative work with other departments. So we have other institutions, other research spaces that we collaborate with. And we also participate in local national calls in the UK offered by the research councils, and Horizon Europe calls at European level. So we span across the full range of projects for research. And that's the end of my research introduction. If you have any question at any point, please type it in your on your device, and we'll see it in the chat and we will be able to respond. A few years ago, we had a pandemic, and this was a shock for the world, maybe for you as well. We've got our plan ready on what to do if this happens again. So even because I know some people are worried about this, when you do your course, if anything happens, we are ready to move our classes online or to limit our physical presence in the building. And we have done that successfully for COVID. What we did exactly was that we developed classes and labs of half capacity, a lot less people. We reduced physical attendance so that we only do the absolutely necessary sessions, and we moved the remaining ones online. We used the same room for the same people to limit switching around and moving around in the building because that was dangerous at that point. We bought a mouse and a keyboard for every student. We gave them to the students to look after, so that each student was responsible to disinfect their own devices, and they were plugging in those keyboards and mice to the computers in the seminar rooms, because otherwise you can think it was very difficult to disinfect 13 labs with 30 or 40 devices each every 2 hours. So we did that for the sake of simplicity and hygiene. We installed though cleaning and disinfecting stations. We started a remote desktop facility where students could log in and access our lab computers remotely, because some of them have licensed software that they couldn't access in a different way. For some special cases, for some special lockdown periods, we used online only. And our experience is that it can work, it can go well, but it depends a lot more on how the students can focus and participate, because these devices in between the tutor and the student are always creating difficulties, add-on complexities for teaching and learning. Right, so with that said, I can show you now our postgraduate courses. We are offering 4 masters at the moment: the Masters in Cybersecurity, the Masters in Computing, the Masters in Data Science and AI, and the Masters in Data Analytics. We also offer Masters by Research. That is not a taught course. It is research working together with a particular supervisor, a particular member of academic staff, and doing research for a year. That's a very interesting course as well, but for this presentation, I will focus more on the taught courses. So let's see how we have organized those 4 masters in detail. For each one of those, we've got a postgraduate program leader associated to that course. David is responsible for Data Science and AI and Data Analytics. Marcello is responsible for Computing, and Vin is responsible for Cybersecurity. Students have full access to the emails and communication means like Teams or online. Teams you may know already. It's an online facility for exchanging messages. And we are also using an open door policy in the department, which means that our students are able to come and talk to us at any point if we are not in another meeting. If we are in another meeting, they can just ask for another appointment just after that meeting. So we know this has worked well in the past, and this is one of the reasons why our students are very satisfied with the support they are receiving. So these are our program leaders, and now let's go and see the structure of each masters. A Masters in Cybersecurity is a master that has been created for computer scientists, people with students with a first degree in IT or software engineering, and that you can see under eligibility at the top of the slide. And we also accept anybody that has done a first degree with 50% overlap of modules with a typical computer science or computing degree. So in that master's, a student has to do these 8 modules that you see, each one having 15 credits assigned to it, and then a final dissertation, a research and development project that is the equivalent of 4 modules, so 60 credits. You can see in this column here, in the semester column, how these are broken down in different semesters. These 4 modules take place in the first semester, these 2 and these 2 modules take place in the second semester, and this large quadruple module, the dissertation, the research project, takes place in the third semester. The ones on top, these 3 codes you see on top with a darker background, are shared across all our masters because they concern modules that we think are relevant to all of the masters, like research methods, advanced professional practice, which is a module teaching you standard practice, good practice for working on CS, computer science topics, code development, etc. And the research and development project is always present in all our masters. Of course, depending on the masters, there is a different content, there is a different set of topics that you would choose from to do your project in. The remaining of the modules at the bottom of the slide, those 6 modules, are closely related to the topic of your masters. So for the masters in cybersecurity, there is forensic computing and malware analysis, system platform security, infrastructure security, biometric security, pen testing and ethics, and information security management. The Masters in Data Science and AI has been designed for STEM graduates. Students can have a first degree in biology, physics, chemistry, mathematics, computer science, software engineering, any other kind of engineering. So it is a broader basis. It is a master's that has been designed for any of those first degrees. It has the same shared 3 modules on top, and then it has modules that relate to its topic: machine learning, programming for data science and AI, emerging technologies, which is a module about new technologies in the field, databases, practical data analysis, data mining, and visualization. Again, these are distributed across 3 semesters, and we also offer for all our masters, I forgot to say that on the previous slide, a part-time option. And in this case, the module basis is broken almost evenly across 2 different academic years. For most international students, that's not a good idea, that's not a good option, because it complicates the visa process for international students. But I have to say this is also a possibility for our courses. The Masters in Computing is a conversion course. So this means the opposite thing. It will not accept students with a first degree in computer science or software engineering or IT, but everybody else. Everybody that wants to have an introduction into computing at a master's level would be eligible for this course. The structure is similar. We've got 3 common modules, of course, with different content, as I explained, for the master's computing, and then a set of modules that present to the student, that introduce to the student to all necessary aspects of computer science. So we've got computer systems, about the systems themselves, and that includes networks as well, server systems, laptops and desktops, and how they work. We've got a bit of security and management, which is also important. We've got data mining and visualization. We've got a module on programming, databases, which is also a very important aspect of the computing world, all persistence mechanisms that we use for data storage. And also the emerging technologies module, which, as I said, introduces students to a variety of interesting topics, latest advances in the field. Last but not least, the Masters in Data Analytics is a conversion course as well. So it is designed for students of any other discipline other than computer science, IT, and software engineering. But this time is not a general computer science masters, like the Masters in Computing, but it's a masters that goes very specifically around data analytics. So you will see that the modules are slightly different here. There's a business intelligence module. There's an introduction to data analytics and visualization. There is ML and big data, machine learning and big data. There is, again, that's a common one with the previous masters, programming for data science and AI, computer systems and databases. And again, the three modules that we've talked about that are shared across all masters. And that's the end of the presentation of the structure of our programs. Let me also tell you, you can start in two different starting points in an academic year. You can start it in September, in late September, in which case you do 3 semesters, the 3 semesters that you see on all master slides here, one after the other, a semester between October and Christmas, a semester January to May, and a last semester in the summer, and you complete your course 1 year exactly after your starting day. Or you can start in January, and that's a different kind of planning, because you start with a semester January to May, then you've got a free summer, then you come back in October, you do your second semester, and you do your R&D project, your research and development project, your third semester between January and May in the second academic year. This is a bit longer. It is 16 months from beginning to end, but includes a free summer. Some students like it because they take the opportunity to have an internship and get a bit more active in the work market in the UK in between their 2 semesters. Anyway, we have 2 options. If you would like more details, let me know and I can explain further. Okay, how do we teach and how do we assess people, students? We do lectures that are hour-long lectures, 1 hour lecture for each module a week. And we do a seminar or lab session for another hour for each module every week. We have sizes of classes with 30 students or less. And in case we do 2 classes together, because we've got double labs for this case, for large modules, we have the equivalent number of academics doing it together. So if it is 60 students in a double lab, we've got 2 tutors there, so that we keep the tutor per student ratio low, so that each student has the opportunity to talk to their tutors and ask questions. Our assessment consists of coursework that runs throughout the term. So there are deadlines for portfolio exercises, for presentations, for short coursework, essays sometimes during the term. And at the end of the term, we have usually a larger piece of coursework to be submitted. Throughout the term, we are supporting our students for the completion of coursework, and we make sure that it is very closely related to what we teach in class. It's not isolated, and we link content that is delivered with the requirements for assessment. Right. Another thing I can say is about further support that students can receive. I've mentioned the program leaders. Obviously, it's me, the director of postgraduate, also in that hierarchy as well. And we have our module leaders. Apart from these three support types, we also have personal tutors. Each student is assigned a member of staff that will be their friend in their academic environment. Their friend means they will be there for them to talk for anything they need, of course, within their student experience, apart from things that relate to a particular module. For example, you can talk to your personal tutor about challenges you find with your fellow students, homesickness, financial hardship. You can find legal support in case you want us to help you in something that goes on in your student life. Your personal tutors won't have all the answers themselves because they are computer science academics, but they have a big number of links in all university departments and places, and they can introduce you there to get more support if you need specific support on a particular topic. Anyway, just wanted to say there is more support than just the module leaders, the program leaders, and the director of postgraduate. We try to do as many events as possible during every year. We have career days twice in a year, one at the university level and one at computer science department level, where employers come and talk to our students, and students have the opportunity to make links between potential employers. But we also do other activities, such as the ones you see on this slide. We offer Microsoft Office Specialist certifications for free, at least one for every student, and the students choose the area of this certification in relation to their program. These come at a cost, but as you will be our students, we offer them for free for our students. We also do lecture series with various research topics, like inaugural lectures or invited talks. We have a lot of invited talks from industrial partners, from businesses, such as this one, for example, a day in the life of a digital forensics investigator. We have student-led workshops done by students on areas that they are interested in. And we also have fun embedded in our environment. It's not only about modules and learning. We've got things like chess tournaments, hackathons, lots of societies for your hobbies that you can participate in and make friends. We also have clubs, and these are non-compulsory groups that are interested in a particular research topic or promote different types of participation. For example, we've got Tech Women Club, which is a club that we have built for the participation of women in computer science, that according to our numbers is a lot lower than men. We've also got a club on cybersecurity, a club on gaming, and the Student Research Club, which is providing support to students that want to publish their research while doing a master's. Finally, for this presentation, I can show you here some industrial roles, some industrial destinations that our students have followed. Some of them were business analysts 3 months after the end of their program, software developers in known businesses like Barclays and IBM, web developers in a huge variety of employers, security penetration testers, security analysts, software engineers, IT managers. A lot participated in graduate trainee schemes in ASDA and other organizations such as Philips. Some of them went towards learning technology and they became development officers. IT technicians, some decided to go towards teaching and they did a postgraduate certification, a PGCE in teaching. Some started their own business and some continued with us or elsewhere for a research degree, a further research degree like an MPhil or a PhD. That's the end of the information that I wanted to deliver today. And as a last thing, in case you are in the UK, because I don't have a full view now about who the audience is. I know you're all international audience, but some of you may be in the UK for any reason. If you are close, on the 27th, we have our postgraduate open evening here at our campus in the hub, which is the center of the campus in a big area. And that means that we will have more information about taught courses at Edgehill. There will be a student experience fair with presentation for so many different parts of the university, inclusion, money advice, fees and bursaries, careers, international, learning difficulties, all together based in stalls in the hub for potential students to talk to us. There will be representation from every department. I will be representing the computer science department, and I will be there answering questions about our programs as well. There will be representation from admissions for queries relating to the entry criteria, again, in the same place at the hub. You will be able to do a campus tour if you would like. There will be representation from the graduate school, which is the school in the university that's responsible for research students. If in case you want to do a master's by research, which is a 1-year-long master's course, or a PhD, which is a 3 to 4 year long research course. And there will be many other talks, subject in specific, that will provide general introduction to postgraduate study that is on offer at Edgehill. There will be refreshments. You will have the opportunity to meet new people, other potential future students at Edgehill, talk to members of staff as well, and feel the experience of our environment for a short time, for 3 hours, on the 27th, of March, in a couple of days, in 6 days. And that's it from my side. That's my email, yannis.korkongelos@edgehill.ac.uk. I'm happy to be bombarded now with questions. Hopefully I won't lie down like this, and I will be able to answer as many as I can. Thank you.
Thank you, Yannis.
Okay. Thank you so much, Yannis, for the extensive presentation. So at this point, please, if you have any questions, you can drop it in the Q&A, and then we can take it from there. But I must say that one of the takeaways from your presentation is how prepared you are when it comes to the COVID. So for instance, how COVID changed everything for us, and you've proven that in case there should be another pandemic, God forbid, you're also very prepared, and I think that's a great thing because COVID really changed our lives.
Those measures that I presented on that slide were developed the hard way. We didn't have anything in place. We were not ready, and we had series of meetings to decide what's the best way to do it. I think it's important because doing a master's, especially coming from another country as an international student, is a huge investment. And we want to we want to tell our potential future students that we fully understand this and we try to prove their experience as much as we can.
Yeah.
So since we have this nice plan, I thought it would be good to say that, if anything happens, you won't lose your investment, you won't lose
Exactly.
your opportunity. Your courses will carry on in a
Mhm.
modified way
Yeah.
that will maybe require more attention from your side,
Mhm.
but nothing will be lost. We will carry on
Exactly.
as normal.
Exactly. And thank you so much for that.
No
And
worries.
okay, so please drop your questions. We are here for you. Whatever may be on your mind, please just drop your questions, any clarification you may want. But while we wait, I do have a few questions in mind as well. I just wanted to find out about the international community, especially the African international community, and what clubs are available for, for African students.
Should I pick
Well,
up on this one, Yanis?
Yeah.
yes, go ahead, Walid, and then I'll fill in a bit for the computer science side.
Sure,
Okay.
yeah. So just to like in terms of community, like for our African community, I would say like Nigeria is the biggest community we have on campus, followed
Mm.
by Ghana and Kenya. I would say
Mm.
that those are the top three, to not list the 54 countries of Africa. But
Yes.
we do have like in terms of first of all, the fact that there is already like a community of those
Yeah.
students on campus
Yeah.
helps with those connections already. But
Mhm.
also we do have a Caribbean and African club.
Mhm.
It's a society, I mean,
Mhm.
and our African students choose to go to this society just to connect with one another.
Yeah.
But also, like apart from the societies, we have something that we call the Global Cafe. So
Mhm.
the Global Cafe happens every week and it connects all our international students because sometimes I know like how it feels when international students tend to come to the UK or an
Mhm.
institution. They want to stick to one another. They want to
Yeah.
connect with people from their culture, from
Yeah,
their
naturally.
correct. But it's totally fine and
Mhm.
understandable. But sometimes we also try to promote kind of adapting to other cultures, get
Exactly.
to know people
Yeah.
from other cultures, not only the UK, but like from a wider pool of students. So the Global Cafe happens every week, almost every week, where we celebrate international cultures, and it's quite popular with our African students as well. They like to attend. It's various teams depending on the
Mhm.
day. Go on, Yanis, what did you want to add as well?
Just a quick thing, in our department, we don't see people, from
Yeah.
a certain continent, as
Mhm.
isolated or anything.
Mhm.
We are building more on societies and events and actions around the whole student base. However,
Mhm.
we see that students from certain areas of the world are very active
Mhm.
in establishing new communities. For example, 5 students from Nigeria introduced the student branch, the computer science student branch for British Computer Society last year for our department.
Mhm.
And as a result, a lot of students engaged in that both at international and national level. So
Mm.
yes, it's a lot. I mean, we will try to provide a lot of ways for students to get involved.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Thank you.
sounds good. It's good that people are able to connect with their own people, but also, of course, that's why they've come all this way so that they can have
Yeah.
that global
Exactly.
connection as well. Yeah. Okay, I think there's a question here. Okay, please, do you have scholarships available?
So yes, so at the moment we do have an automatic scholarship of £3,000 that applies to offer holders. So the tuition fees, as I said at the start of the presentation, are £17,000. But for that first year, you will receive a £3,000 scholarship. So for example, for all the computer science that courses that Yanis presented, whether it's cybersecurity, data analytics, data science, and AI, or the computing course, are all 1 year length. And then if it's the January intake, obviously it's 16 months, but they will all benefit from that £1,000 scholarship. Another scholarship that we currently have available is what we call the Great Scholarship. This is in partnership with the British Council. You can find details about this specific scholarship on our website. Just type in Great Scholarship in our website. And this offers a full tuition fee waiver for one successful candidate that must be either from Ghana, Kenya, or Turkey. So if any of our attendees are from one of those countries, then they can benefit from that. They can apply for that scholarship and hopefully be successful for it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Wally, just a follow-up. How about the remaining fees? Is there installment payment plans for students?
Yes, sure. Yeah. So we're not expecting students to pay everything up front. Don't worry about this. But rather we pay. So usually it's a £4,000 deposit that needs to be paid before they arrive in the UK as part of the process. And then the remaining £10,000 balance is paid into 3 equal installments. Usually it's about 2 months between
Interval.
each installment. So let's
Yeah.
say they start in September. It's usually end of October, then January, then April.
Okay.
But they're expected to pay
that
roughly
sounds good.
£3,333.
Right. Okay, thank
Let-
you. Okay, I have
Linda,
another question here. Yeah, sorry, Yanis.
let me answer any subject-specific questions you have, because
Okay.
I will have to go very soon to
Yeah.
another meeting.
Yeah.
you.
So at the moment, I don't have any subject
Okay.
specifics. Yeah. And so you may probably be able to jump off, but I'm sure that at any point when we do, we can always get back to the students. So it shouldn't be a problem.
Yes.
Yes, I'm happy to answer to any question you collect from potential students.
Okay.
Drop me a line and I will answer.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your time today. It
Thank you
was very
so much,
nice.
Yanis. Thank you for
Very
your
nice
Yanis.
talking
time.
to you. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Yanis. Take care.
Okay. All right. So to the next question here, someone says, while studying in school, can you also work if you're under a scholarship? Okay.
Yeah, so that's a really good question. I've never been asked this before, to be honest. But so yes, so I talked about the £3,000 scholarship and the Great Scholarship. In both instances, students can work while in the UK. So usually it's 20 hours of work per week, where they can choose to carry on pretty much anything. There's no restrictions as of what type of work they can carry on. So we do have a career service. They can work either on campus, outside of campus, whether it's on Ormskirk Town, Liverpool City, Manchester, which are all close to us. So yes. Then just to mention, because there is something that is called the GTA, which is Graduate Teaching Assisting Scheme. So this is a studentship as well for PhD students, which is unfortunately not currently available, which is a bit irrelevant. But usually under this scholarship, you're not allowed to carry on any additional work. But this is not relevant right now.
Okay. All right, sure. Okay, thank you for that. All right, I have another question here. Okay, please, when can one apply for this scholarship? I think the person is referring to the Great Scholarship, I believe.
Right. So the £3,000 scholarship is automatic, so no need to apply. For the Great Scholarship, the application is done directly through the website. So if you either go directly through Edge Hill University website, or you can go through Study Now, which are our partners who will help you with all your application and go through the whole process, and they'll know where to go. But if you want to do it yourself, so it's directly through Edge Hill University website. Just type in Great Scholarship, and you should find the page for the Great Scholarship on Edge Hill University website. There will be all the information and then a link to apply where you need to fill in some details.
Okay, right. So I do not have any more questions here. So I believe the presentation was super clear and everyone understands everything. So thank you so much, Walid. Once again, we are very grateful for making time for the session.
Likewise.
And for the extensive presentation from both Yanis and yourself. I'm sure that people are a bit more excited now that they've been informed and should be applying soon.
Hopefully, yes. And then obviously, if it's my pleasure, always
Yeah.
love to join these kind of sessions. And if there are any questions or anything else you would like me to clarify, then I'll be happy to help.
All right, sure. So I think in the absence of any more questions, I'd say that thank you everyone for joining today's session. If later on you do have any questions that pop up because you couldn't remember it here, you can always reach out to me and we will assist you with everything related to Edge Hills. So thank you so much for joining and see you soon. Thank you so much, Walid.
Thank you, Linda. See you
Okay,
later.
bye-bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Yeah, hello, Walid.
Hi, Daniel.
Yeah, hi. Um, let me